Greetings, my little lovelies. I hope I find you all well again, and as usual, feeling tickety-boo. Now, 4 wonderful new videos for you today. The first one is about a house in Wales, in Ammanford, and some very strange noises coming from it. We've also got a story about a snake, massive snake, that actually ate somebody whole. Imagine. Anyway, moving swiftly on, there's a video about a very religious artifact in a church. That's quite bizarre. And the final one involves a ghost picture in a cemetery. Spooky! Right, let's crack on, shall we? The owners of a mysterious house that left them fleeing Wales have put their property up for sale. Married couple Alan and Christine Tate had always wanted to retire to Wales, and when a fire-damaged property in Ammanford came up in 2007, they knew it had potential. They planned to renovate the building and turn it into a 4-bedroom bed and breakfast place while they lived in a flat together on site. But for the past 3 years, the couple have refused to step 1 foot inside their dream home because of the peculiar noises that they said were coming from beneath their basement. Now, the sounds you are about to hear have women and children screaming, heavy knocking, and men talking in a foreign language. I have to add that while this was being recorded, it has picked up traffic noise from outside the street going past. I shall leave you decide what you think it is. A woman in Indonesia was swallowed whole by a python as she checked her cornfields last week. She left her home Thursday night to visit her cornfield about half a mile from her home. While pythons are common in the area, it is actually wild boars that she should have been worried about because they would be destroying her crops. When the woman didn't return, her sister went out to find her and found footprints, flashlight, slippers, and a machete. The following day, 100 villagers searched the area and found a 23-foot-long snake with a very swollen belly. They then killed the snake, cut it open, and found the woman inside. Her body was intact, all her clothes were on, and it looked like she'd been swallowed by her head. They say she probably didn't die inside the snake, as these snakes like to secure their prey with a bite. They then wrap its body around the victim, squeezing down until the victim cannot breathe before eating it. This photograph was taken in 1991 at Maple Park Cemetery, located in Springfield, Missouri. Sometime later, when the photographer was scanning in old photos, he came across this eerie image. At first, unsure of what he was seeing, he identified a mysterious figure standing near a headstone in the upper right of the photo, but then, as he zoomed in, the figure became much more visible. Creepier still, he claims he had been alone in the cemetery all day. What do you think of that one, my little lovelies? Let us know. Set in an ornate aquilary in the Basilica San Domenica in Siena is the dismembered mummified head of the revered Saint Catherine of Siena. Her right thumb also resides in a smaller aquilary not far from her head. At the age of 7, Catherine had had her first of many visions, with Jesus on a throne, surrounded by saints. As a teenager, she took a vow of perpetual virginity and gave herself over to prayer and worship. To stop her family's attempt to marry her off, she cut off her hair, scolded herself, and became a nun. Shortly after she joined the nunnery, she had a vision of Jesus placing a ring on her finger in marriage. This ring was no ordinary ring. Instead of gold, it was made from the baby Jesus' holy foreskin, a popular relic at the time. For the rest of her life, she said she could see the ring on her finger. At the age of 28, she was said to have received the stigmata when 5 red rays shot out of the crucifix she was praying to and pierced her hands, feet and heart. She refused to eat, except for taking the sacrament. Her miracles were not limited to the stigmata and visions, however. She was also seen levitating during prayer, and a priest once said he saw Holy Communion fly from his hand straight into her mouth like a frisbee. She died at the age of 33 and was canonized over a century later. She died while in Rome, but her hometown wanted to have her body. When they realized they would not be able to smuggle the whole body past the guards in Rome, they took only her head, hidden in a paper bag. Unfortunately, they were stopped by the guards anyway. The thieves prayed to Catherine to protect them, and when the guards looked in the bag, they saw not a small withered head of the saint, but hundreds of rose petals. When they returned to Siena, the head had rematerialized. This was her final miracle from the dead. Her head now sits in the church of San Domenica. Welcome back, my little lovelies. Do hope you enjoyed them. As usual, let us know your thoughts. Keep everything nice and clean and tiggity-boo. Now, that's all from me. Until next time, you all take care and stay safe. Ta-ta, my little lovelies. Ta-ta.